Future! That's going to build in the future, or right now in the present. A proxy. Yeah. Yeah, so my co-caster is muted, but everything should be okay right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
He
I
was
was just
speaking
so
out of his
alive.
mind, guys. He was speaking out
Ah,
of his mind, but he's already here.
you do those kinds of things just for me to look bad. Come on.
Nah, nah, nah. But we talk everything around here, and just so you guys know, he actually presented Astrea here in the bottom left, and Astrea is here looking at everywhere. He knows that there is a proxy in the map. He doesn't know where, but the Reaper is already here, and we already have a Zealot to deal with.
Yeah, okay, so obviously the Zealot is not gonna kill the Reaper by itself, but along with some probes, maybe he can make something happen. However, the thing here for Future is not losing this Reaper, and that's gonna be a bit hard with the Stalker already. But the idea here is to just combo this up and go for some factory units. Probably, yeah. Okay, Hellions. Okay, I would guess Cyclones, but sure. And
The point here is
yeah,
he doesn't need a Cyclone because he checked everything in Astrea's base. He knows that there isn't any proxy on the map because he saw the pylons basically, and he knows that there isn't a Stargate tech. So he can go for a Hellion for further scouting and keeping the map presence. And basically that's that. Hellion already on the map. We don't mind in production, and we don't mind drop with pressure on front. This is a very this is a recipe for chaos.
although I'm gonna say I don't see this causing too much damage. Let's see what he does. And here he comes up on top of the ramp. There are two stalkers here already, and they focus exactly on the Hellion. Oh, he's actually gonna get one of the stalkers. The second one is kind of trying to go away. There's the Zealot coming by, but what I was gonna say is I don't actually see this doing that much. And with Blink coming up for Astrea, he might as well just flood with those stalkers.
Oh, completely out of position, but there is a shield battery
Yep, yep.
to hold the fort.
Yeah, this is the magic of shield batteries. You just build one and you just get instantly. Oh,
Ooh.
oh, you got it. He got that Reaper in the end.
But that was
But
not what I was pointing. I was pointing at the armory. Basically, these are invisible widow mines, and this if Astrea doesn't get wind of it, it's basically game over if he connects on the probes.
he's gonna be on the front, right? Yeah, he's
Yes.
gonna be on the front. He's completely. Oh my god, he's really out positioned for this. And there's a liberator also being produced. But here come the Widow Mines, and Astrea doesn't react to them. Okay, he reacts to them now. Oh yeah,
Ooh,
okay, very good reaction. Just 2 kills there, and yeah, okay, he's not gonna even blow up the next one. Yeah, just one probe, and he will have the observer very soon. Meanwhile, three SFVs died somehow. I honestly have no idea how. And the Liberator is coming, but I don't think this was very successful, Sephiroth.
I don't think so, but this is classic distraction move. Go into the natural, kill some probes actually with it. The stalkers get out of position and the liberator is ready to jump in, and he actually saves one of the 2 reapers.
That's just
Oh,
cute. Come on.
but the problem is he didn't sync the attacks.
Yep. And well, now he has no Widow Mines on Future's on Astrea's base. Future is honestly really behind on tech overall. Blink is done. There is a robotics being completed, and just a lot of stuff for Astrea
Yeah,
and Future. Like Future is trying to make up for this. He's going for his upgrades and whatnot. But look at how late Stim is for him right now.
but if we talk about late things right now, we are also talking about a very late third for Astrea, right? After Robo Bay, after Blink is done, after everything is done for Astrea, then he puts up the third Nexus. So a very late Nexus for Astrea. The Liberator does nothing there, doesn't even kill a single probe, and this is basically just just resources going out the window for Future.
Yeah, he's putting out a drop on the map. I really like this. The problem is, of course, this drop is not gonna have any upgrade. Actually, no upgrades at all, I think. But meanwhile, Astrea is getting ready to just do the push that is gonna kill the game. I think with the second Colossus, the charge, I don't really see Future holding up to this very well. The production for Future is also not that great. The one good thing is that Astrea doesn't necessarily have an answer to the tanks at the moment, but with enough charge zealots, that wouldn't be a problem.
But there is
Charge
something.
Colossus would be a problem.
But there is one thing that is actually going on right now. Future doesn't have a third. A
Oh
third
yeah,
also. So he's going up to 5 Raxes. He's not going to play the macro game. He's basically gearing up for a huge all-in.
but is that enough though? Like, I still, it doesn't seem like the units that Future has at the moment, at least, are going to be able to match up. There are 4 gateways finishing for Astrea at the moment, and Astrea actually sees Future coming out, so there is a very strong possibility that he will be ready. Although, as I say that, he keeps making more probes, which gets me a little worried.
Yeah, but Australia already has a 3 base economy. He has a lot of gateways, but he needs them to kick in production. He's trying to buy time with this move out, but you know, this is a very scary army for Future.
Yeah, and as I said, he doesn't have an answer for the tanks yet. He really needs zealots to just tank the shots. And for now, the third base is at a very high risk of just being cut off. And there are very little charge lots actually. Okay, now there's 4 more being warped in, but now there's a very strong siege position being made by Future. And actually, Future needs to go. Astrea cannot be allowed to power up.
Yeah, but he's already trying to kill the natural. Future is all in. This is a very high all in. And
Oh, here
he's
comes.
going.
Yeah, and the battery overcharge is coming in. But now is the time that Astrea decides to come by the natural. That's not a very good move out, honestly. And here he comes, actually, for the natural. That natural is under very serious fire, and there's a very strong possibility. Okay, the disruptor is not that great, but there's a very strong possibility here that Astrea just, builds up more. The timer is still counting for Future, and he's trying to come into the third right now, but there's also that menace on the natural to just come out, and here comes Astrea for those tanks backline. But oh my god, there's a lot of tanks there, and it's pretty much just robotics units, and they are not enough. Okay, more zealots come in, but that's also not enough. Seems like Astrea tried to break the siege, but it was really too soon. Seems like he needed to build more, Sephiroth.
Yes, and Future's all in is basically working out right now. He killed off all of the Colossus. He killed every tech unit available. There are only zealots and the one disruptor. One disruptor is not going to do enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's always the possibility of that gut shot. Here he comes! Yeah, no, not that great. Okay, that's pretty much it. He's gonna try to swarm this, but there is too much sandwich meat for this sandwich that he was trying to make. All of the units are in the red, but they are eventually gonna make it. And now there's one single disruptor trying to run for his life. Not enough. Well, okay, 3 charge lots are kind of making this work. Future is still pushing, and Astrea honestly is still in this game because he has that economy lead, but this is a very problematic situation for him.
Yes.
Oh, wow, okay.
And Future needs to kill this army off because he needs to... Remember, this is an all-in, right? He needs to kill this game. He needs to build an army enough, big enough to deal with the zealots. And basically, we are now watching just zealots and the one and only disruptor.
To be fair, he has that robotics powered up again. There's really not that major of a need for him to just stay on this, but I think it's honestly just the desperation of I need to survive, right?
Yes, and Astrea just needs to survive, and Future needs to kill this game because he is very all in for a very long time. Ooh, so close.
Yeah, Future was paying attention, honestly, like, oh, okay, the Archons, though, the Archons really need to finish. Oh no, he's going in right before the Archons are done, the Zealots are all clumped up, and here comes the SCVs to try to take the charge, but against Archons, that's a bit scary, but there's no more Zealots, Sephiroth!
No more Zealots, only the Archons, the very big balloons there, and there are Liberators right now. Pull the probes, pull everything. Workers against workers, but the Terran army is strong enough to keep alive the Terran rope, and this is a very done game.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Astrea can recover from this position. 21 to 22 workers down, but there's still a huge army standing for Future. Astrea is trying to figure out what he does in this position. He's trying to get some more Archons out, some more Zealots out. He says, come on, I cannot just move out of this game. But now 37 probes are killed, and it's pretty much just Future coming up and ending this game. That's pretty much how there is. There's too much Terran, not enough Protoss, and the GG timing, it's, yeah, okay. I mean, he's still trying to make this, but come on, let's be honest, there's not much else he can do at this point. GG! Future wins! I was waiting for that, Sephiroth, for a while.
Yes, I've been too, because when the Archons morphed, that was the chance that Astrea had, right? That was the only chance. He had a beefy army with Zealots and Archons. The one disruptor should be able to connect at least one shot, killing two Marauders, and at that point, two Marauders would make the world of difference. Future was actually microing that very well. He was click selecting the Marines and putting them up behind the Marauders, so the Zealots would go straight to the Marauders, and the Marines that have a higher DPS would kill off the Zealots more easily, not dying to them, and that was really well played for Future. That was a very neat touch that we could see that Future was trying to do and take the best advantage that he could have from his unit. So a very good game plan from Future, very aggressive build, a good all-in that he had prepared. And it's Blackburn, right? Astrea shouldn't feel too bad. Blackburn is a very Terran map. These things are supposed. I think if the Terran is basically the underdog in the series, and there's a map that he can pull this kind of strategy off, it's Blackburn. Right now we are going straight into 2K Atmospheres, the second map of the series, and it's going to be a completely different game, guys. This is going to be basically. I think that Astrea is going to be the aggressor right now with big stalkers and trying to get map control, unless Futures has another cheese.
Well, then again, like, you say it was a cheese, but it was a very well performed all-in, because like the beginning strategy with the proxy racks and whatnot, while I get the idea of keeping your opponent on your toes, it just didn't really work out that well. It was just straight up the amount of firepower that he had with that all-in, with those 5 racks, that really pulled off. And I mean, he can very well just do it again.
He can. These 5 racks all-in from 2 base is it's very common, especially with Terran that are not very confident in late game against Protoss. And this is, I know that many of you guys played ladder. I know that Protoss can be very painful to play against in late game. Even though I don't think it's OP, it's a very difficult and very technical way to play the game when you get to the Ghost Liberator phase of it, stage of it. And I don't know if Future is willing to go to the late game against Astrea. That is a very well-versed Protoss player. And remember, Astrea is also playing from Korea, I think. He's there right now. So he has the ping to address.
Yeah, but then again, like we say a lot about the ping, but honestly, it doesn't make that much of a difference, does it?
Yeah, it does a little.
Yeah. Okay, that's the thing. It does a little, but of course, if you're a professional player, you want the best condition possible. You want like every time for you to be playing on the smoothest servers possible. But the ping used to be way worse. I think that's
Yes.
what I'm. Nowadays, it's really not that hard, like to play on say another server like US West, US Center. If you're playing like from Singapore, yeah, maybe sure, that's a bit rough. But from all the others, I think it's fair.
Yes.
Anyway.
I think up to 100 ping, it's very playable, you know. But
Mhm.
above 100 ping, things can be a little uh, dicey, you know, because in the end, StarCraft is a game of mistakes, right?
Yep.
The person who does the least amount of mistakes is basically the winner. And
Hmm.
if you get a higher ping, you're more prone to make a lot of mistakes because you're microing wrong and things are out of position and you have a small delay to put things back in position. And Astrea, right now we're playing on West server,
Hmm.
so Astrea is supposed to be a little bit better right now, ping wise. And Future is basically playing his own game right now. He's
Yeah.
performing a standard build. He doesn't have a Reaper on the map, but he's scouting with the SCV. The Marine is going to kill off this probe, and things are very calm right now. Astrea, though, he has a Cyber Core before Nexus, so he's going to have a quick adapt on the map, and this can be a pain for the Terran to deal with if he doesn't build a bunker.
Yeah, I guess that's like one of the standard things, but there is always gonna be a little bit annoying for the Terran to deal with. Sephiroth, I think your audio is a little bit lower than mine. Just gotta check for the balance. But anyway,
Okay.
the thing is, with okay, there you go. The bunker that Sephiroth said is coming up. But with these two Marines, there really isn't much to worry about right now. And in comes the Twilight Council again for Astrea. And so we are probably looking at a very similar position from the last map. Astrea is really just going for the safest possible builds, it seems. Blink is very versatile. Of
Yes.
course, you can. Oh, okay. These Marines are gonna actually catch this Adept a little bit off guard. Half of its health, like its actual health, goes down, and it really makes this poking weaker. Honestly, overall. Unless Future just allows the Adept to come in, okay, sure, why not? And now this Adept is gonna scout everything, stop the production of the starport for a little while.
Ooh, and kills
Yeah,
two
that's
SCVs.
that was a bit free. Future really didn't need to have that happen.
Delays the
Well,
starport and kills two SCVs and sees everything. And basically, Astrea already knows that there is an attack lab in the factory, so he knows that this is probably an Widowmine drop. It can be a Hellion drop, but the Hellion basically comes out way early in the game to try and deal with the adept, and there wasn't any Hellion there. So this is probably a Widowmine in Astrea's mind. He didn't see the Widowmine, but he knows. He knows.
yeah, and honestly, like this is a very good scout for him. And also, since he's going for Blink, it doesn't really change that much on his strategy. If anything, actually, it kind of confirms it. It confirms on him saying, okay, all right, I know that this drop is probably coming. And even if it doesn't, I'm still going to have a lot of map presence. And is he going to see that? Yep.
Yes.
Yep. And well, that's about it for this medevac, really. Oh no, Blink is not ready actually, but yeah, this medevac really can't do much. And Astrea is just on the hunt, man, and she is gonna make it by a hair, which is gonna come on attack it. Oh my god, no! The medevac survives, but the Widow mines are, just stuck in the middle of nowhere, really.
And right now, Blink is ready and already an observer on the map. Kills the medevac, kills the Widow Mines, doesn't take any kind of damage. and basically right now Astrea is having the time of his life. He has map presence. He had map vision. I just wanted to show you guys before. I didn't speak about it, but did you guys see the stalker spread? He saw everything. He had a very good way of scouting, very good map vision, and he saw everything just as it popped up on his vision, right? It
Yeah.
was a very good map control, very good map awareness, and very good reactions to kill off the Medivac. And right now he has basically every tool on the kit to try and go for a great macro game. But Future, once again, doesn't have a third CC.
Yeah, and I think like this is honestly, if it didn't, if it worked last game, why not try again, right? Well, I mean, of course the maps are different and whatnot, but the one thing though is that he's gonna have way less tanks than he had on the first game. This game, oh no, the stalkers saw the Medivacs, didn't they? And he's probably coming. Oh my god, he just on. Oh my god, he found that very tiny corridor that Astrea actually didn't have vision.
Oh, and didn't see anything. The observer is out of
Wow.
position. Great position for Future. I think he's out of. Astrea is gonna take. I don't think it's gonna be a lot of damage, but he may catch a
Oh,
Colossus.
that's a lot of damage. Oh my god, the Colossus. Oh,
Oh!
this, the force fields, though. Those force fields were amazing. And they were honestly exactly what he needed. The Colossus combined now to try to stop this, but the Robo is gonna come down, and okay, he's gonna lose everything, right? But getting the Robo, getting that Colossus very low, that's definitely something that Astrea was posturing not to happen on this game. He spread out all of his stalkers exactly for this kind of situation not to arise, and yet it did.
Yes, but the problem is he didn't kill the Colossus, right? The
Yeah.
Colossus is gonna stay there, and right now the map control is for Astrea. He can put some pressure. He can posture on the offensive. He can get more map. Basically, he can be on the map and doesn't have any issues. But the all-in is coming. Only one medevac there with the army, but the observer already saw everything.
To be fair, there are two more literally just popping up, and they should be coming along with this army. But yeah, as I said, Astrea knows, and Future knows that Astrea knows, which makes the situation all the more awkward. Oh, but here we go.
Oh.
The boys are coming, Sephiroth, and here comes the SCVs, here comes the Medivacs. There's a ton of zealots here, though.
I just want to point out
Hmm.
that this is a very brave force.
That's true. That's the little fourth that could. Uh, but this choke point,
It's bad for
uh,
both of them.
yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, oh, but this is a very nice counterattack to grab all of those reinforcements, and especially to try to cut off future pieces. And this has worked out perfectly. Look at the amount of army that is being pulled off by Astrea, actually by Future, to be able to deal with just
And,
this tiny amount of
and there is
zealots,
another
honestly.
thing. He's buying time. The
Yep.
disruptors are gonna be ready, and the SCVs might not be effective on this battle. Look.
Oh, oh,
Oh
oh, oh,
no! Oh no!
no, come on, get them, fast, 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 fast.
Ooh.
Ooh, not enough, not enough. The disruptor shot hits, and that's pretty much it for Future. He's gonna be 360 no scoped by this army. That's just a lot of zealots, and that's GG. That's a win for Astrea, and what a win, my god.
What a win! He ties up the series 1-1, and as I said before, 2K Atmospheres is a very different game than Blackburn, and Future tried basically the same all-in with a different opening, but his drop didn't work with the Widow Mines. His double drop with Marines and Marauders didn't work out also, and basically Astrea had the entire map under control. He saw everything he needed to see. He saw that there wasn't a 30C. He noticed every move out that Future tried to make with observers, with stalkers, and everything. So a great map control, great map awareness, and great build from Astrea. Just keeping things in check and noticing things early on. He knew that there wasn't any Hellions. He knew that there was a Widow Mine drop. He prepared for that. He knew that there was a double drop on the map. Future actually controlled it very well, putting it in the only window that he had on the map to try and surprise Future, and surprise Astrea. Almost caught the Colossus, but as Astrea saved the Colossus, he lost the Robo, but he lost a lot of Marauders and lost Medivacs and Marines. So Future tried to do the all-in and didn't work out very on this map. Third map, maybe it's the charm for him.
Yeah, and well, to be honest with you, it doesn't look bad. Astrea did the move with the Zealots, which made just a ton of Future's army be out position. But overall, like, the attacks doesn't really look bad for Future. He has like a very good balance and a good timing for them. It's really just a matter of, well, hitting them. And on the first game it worked out very well. On the second game though, it really didn't. And that's the beauty, right, of the game, and the beauty of having the right compositions overall.
Yes, and having everything like map awareness and scouting basically from a very early point on the game, Astrea was able to prepare for everything. So his composition, he could do no wrong. He knew what he was facing against. So the only thing I can maybe complain about Astrea's game plan, he put a fourth there. He knew that he was getting all in, and he puts up the fourth. Like that's a very brave fourth base there, and I don't think he needed that. It was a risk for him to do, and maybe 2 more gateways would be better in that situation. He knew that he was getting all in.
Yeah, okay. I can concur. It's just, it's just like, I think at that position, he sort of knew he was gonna defend it.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, when you're pulling the boys, you're getting your SCVs on the fight against a mass Zealots army, you kind of know that, well, that's not really gonna work out well for me. And you being the Protoss, you kind of know that, well, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
At the worst, the guy's gonna come on from the fourth position,
and
you're just gonna cancel. Yeah, exactly. And well, whatever, you lost 100 minerals, you still know where the guy's coming from. So I don't know. I think Astrea was just very comfortable in that game.
Yeah. There was no way that he wasn't comfortable. He knew everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And from that point on, if you are a player and you know everything that your opponent is doing, everything is good in the world. Let's head into the game.
All right, guys. I hope you guys are curious to see how this map works out, because this is the third map in this best of 3 at Curious Minds, and we are here at the bottom corner of the map in blue by Alpha X. He is Future.
And spawning here in the top left position, we have also from Alpha X, we have Astrea.
That's something we didn't touch upon very much, but like, they are from the same clan.
Yes.
They have to be at least somehow used to working with one another.
Yes.
And I don't know. I wonder at these kinds of scenarios how preparations work, because in theory you kind of know what the other guy usually does. If you're Astrea, you know that, like, well, okay, Future likes to do this and that, or like with Future, well, Astrea likes to play like more defensively and whatnot. So there's also these kinds of mind games that come into play with these kinds of series, where you have to, be aware. And also, it's weird because you have to make a choice between, well, do I go for the thing that I know that I do well, that I'm very consistent at, or do I try to surprise my opponent? Usually, trying to surprise your opponent backfires.
Yeah.
But it backfires because you're not used to doing that, because, well, you don't have a lot of training with it. But it's interesting to see how these games worked out on these scenarios. By the way, factory before expansion for Future.
And 2 gases also before expansion, and he's going for a Reaper. So,
but only 3 on gas, though.
Yeah, he put up the factory and took the SCVs out of gas. This is a very
Yeah.
common TVT build.
Yeah.
But without the reactor, of course, you would be getting a second Reaper right now. But he puts up the reactor there, and this is a very interesting build. I wonder what Future is going to do with that. The factory is not on the position to switch places with the racks, so he's gonna probably be popping off just one Hellion at a time. And this is a very early aggressive build from the Terran. But look, there is a tech lab. What's going on?
Huh. I always want to see cyclones. I know it's probably not. Yeah, okay, there you go, cyclone. The cyclone is good, especially for dealing with any sort of early game harassment. And with this Stargate coming out by Astrea, Future should just, come on, a little bit further. Oh no, Future, come on, come on! It was just there. You could just have, gone a little bit further. Well, okay, whatever. The Adeptus is holding up this natural expansion, but with the Cyclone, this should be very good for Future. Yeah, there you go. The Cyclone locks in.
Yeah.
And there you go. The Adept goes away. And with that is also knowledge for Future, for Astrea, I'm sorry, that he can't really just charge in with this Oracle.
But there
This
is another question right now. The Cyclone is going across the map, right? The Oracle is basically going in a different direction.
Ooh, he tried. Okay, he saw it, but it wasn't enough.
Okay. That was my main concern. If he was going to see the Oracle, and because he's very out of position, right? Future is on the map and trying to annoy Astrea. He now sees the Oracle and already pops it off with the Reaper, the Stasis. So I think it's basically a very good start for Future. A very weird start, I would like to say. We are not very used to see this early of a Cyclone. But I think it's a very good thing that he chose to do and gives him a little bit of map control. But we already have Blink on the way for Astrea. He's on the map. He has a third in place. The game is developing beautifully for Astrea, even though he didn't do any kind of damage.
Although it's also worthy to point out that like Future didn't try to do any kind of damage as well.
Yeah.
Which is also. Okay, now Astrea sees it, so it doesn't really matter that much. But it's also important to note that he went for 3 racks and 2 tanks.
This is a bunker rush, right?
Yeah, yep. Not necessarily with the bunker, but it's just straight up a lot of marine tank. And he's gonna actually get that stalker, I think. Oh no, not that much, but it's still a lot of stalkers to try to chip this down until it gets to the other end of the map. But Future is just going, man.
This is an all-in.
I don't think he's gonna stop.
there is no turning back. Look.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. And he can heal the tanks also. It's not just for the bunkers, and he can just set up on this middle position here, and he should be golden. Yeah.
Okay, he's going straight for the throat. He's going for the natural.
Ooh, that's okay. That's a very aggressive blink, and the tanks are just now trying to siege up. That's a bit concerning. He powers off all of the gateways, and here is a single tank that managed to survive. But now he needs to start those bunkers.
He has only 2 gateways working.
Oh, and that's actually a lot of probes that were killed, but still, that's a lot of power he needs to keep with the pressure.
Okay, Future is winning. Like,
yeah,
there is no way.
Well, the tank goes down though. Like, he has combat shields, which makes these Marines especially tougher. And now he doesn't have stamina. He's gonna have to come back, but he kind of survived with a lot of his army, and it's not just free for Astrea to push across the map, especially with these tanks that are coming out right now. So the push just continues for Future, and Astrea really needs to do something because he has almost no production.
Yes, right now there are 2 more gateways that are ready in his main base, and this is something that he can try to work with. These are 4 gateways production for Astrea against the 3 racks all in from future. Charge is ready. This is something that can help him defend, but look, there is a sandwich coming.
Yeah, but the thing is, yeah, he needed. Wow, that's a very good pickup on the third tank. Yeah, and Stim is not gonna be ready for this fight. There are a lot of SCVs coming actually, which makes this a little bit awkward, but a blink out just helps him out. And another blink in on the 2 tanks,
Great.
and those tanks are coming down, and that's a GG for Astrea.